Researchers engineer a biofilm capable of producing long-term continuous electricity from your sweat. This is by Dager Miller on a Tech Explorer. Researchers at University of Massachusetts Amherst recently announced that they have figured out how to engineer a biofilm that harvests the energy in evaporation and converts it to electricity. This biofilm, which was announced in Nature Communications, has a potential to revolutionize the world of wearable electronics, powering everything from personal medical sensors to personal electronics. This is a very exciting technology, he says. This is what Xiaomeng Liu said, graduate student in electrical and computer engineering in UMass Amherst College of Engineering and the paper's lead author. He said, "It is real green energy, and unlike other so-called green energy sources, its production is totally green. That's because this biofilm, a thin sheet of bacterial cells about the thickness of a sheet of paper, is produced naturally by an engineered version of the bacteria Geobacter sulfureducens. G. sulfureducens is known to produce electricity and has been used previously in microbial batteries to power electrical devices. But such batteries require that G. sulfureducensis is properly cared for and fed a constant diet. By contrast, this new biofilm, which can supply as much, if not more, energy than a comparably sized battery, works and works continuously because it is dead. And because it's dead, it does not need to be fed. It's much more efficient, says Derek Lovely, distinguished professor of microbiology at UMass Amherst and one of the paper's senior authors. He said, "We've simplified the process of generating electricity by radically cutting back on the amount of processing needs. We sustainably grow the cells in a biofilm and then use that agglomeration of cells. This cuts the energy inputs, makes everything simpler, and widens the potential applications," he said. The secret behind this new biofilm is that it makes energy from the moisture on your skin. Although we daily read stories about solar powers, at least 50% of the solar energy reaching the Earth goes towards evaporating water. This is a huge untapped source of energy, says Jun Yao, professor of electronics computer engineering at UMass and the paper's other senior author. Since the surface of our skin is constantly moistened with sweat, the biofilm can plug in and convert the energy locked in evaporation into enough energy to power small devices, he says. The limiting factor of wearable electronics, says Yao, has always been the power supply. Batteries run down and have to be changed or charged. They are also bulky, heavy, and uncomfortable, but a clear, small, thin, flexible biofilm that produces a continuous and steady supply of electricity and which can be worn like a Band-Aid as a patch applied directly to the skin solves all these problems. What makes all this work is that G. sulfureducens grows in colonies that look like thin mats, and each of the individual microbes connects to its neighbor through a series of natural nanowires. The team then harvests these mats and uses a laser to etch small circuits into the film, and once the films are etched, they're sandwiched between the electrodes and finally sealed in a soft, sticky, breathable polymer that you can apply directly to your skin. Once this tiny battery is plugged in, by applying it to your body, it can power small devices. Our next step is to increase the size of our films to power more sophisticated skin wearable electronics, says Yao, and Liu points out that one of the goals is to power entire electronic systems rather than single devices. This was from journal Nature Communications, and it's on Tech Explorer. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.